I'm Erin Harrison coming to you from Cloud Expo in Santa Clara, California. And I'm joined today by Brooks Borcherding, who is the CEO of NaviSite. Welcome, Brooks.
Thank you, Erin.
Thanks for being here. So where do you see cloud adoption going, particularly in the enterprise sector?
Well, I think what's interesting is now cloud has been around for a couple of years at this point. Early adoption was certainly in the SMB and prosumer space. And I think that's where you see people, just delivering great services like Amazon services, Rackspace. People have been doing that very, very well. But enterprises have been somewhat lagging that. What we're seeing now from an enterprise is certainly starting to move into that adoption phase, and quite rapidly actually. And it's very fun at the moment, right? We brought our enterprise offering for cloud out June the 1st. And since that time, it's been a dramatic exponential increase in opportunities that we've seen in the marketplace. And I really think what's been driving that for larger enterprises is that there is just some immediate benefit to them from adopting cloud. Opportunities to address kind of lingering issues they've had maybe from the downturn in the economy, the lack of both CapEx to spend on physical server environments, as well as the human capital and resources needed to deploy physical environments. But now with some of the innovation being driven by cloud, both from ourselves and from other providers, they're starting to recognize that there is true, real, immediate benefit that they can have. And it's leading to very, very rapid deployment now on the enterprise side.
Okay. There is still, this sort of looming, question on the enterprise level of, what really is cloud. There's still some mystery there. What are the hurdles that you're seeing?
Well, I think that there's some certainly perceptions of security risk, and I think that has been one that has existed for some time, to be honest. But now we're certainly able to address that to the point where enterprises are comfortable with being able to deploy this. Many factors from that. One, the way it's been architected with the kind of comprehensive security framework that we've offered there. Two is all of ours are custom or tailor-built, custom configurations for each company. And we start with just VLAN segregation as one of the basic principles. But from that, we let them talk through their different security requirements. And to the point they can have dedicated security devices, for example, for their particular solution. But also, it's not just the architecture. I think people become much more comfortable with what VMware and others have done with virtualization as a whole, with the whole concept of virtualized services versus dedicated services. And then finally, it's just some of the evolutions of the underlying technology as well, such as what Cisco has brought to market with their next generation data center infrastructure, the ability to take those resource pools and really deploy them very efficiently and dynamically to the requirements of the business. So there's a lot of different moving parts. They've all kind of converged together, and we've been able to now capture that with kind of an innovative management portal that allows them to manage that all in one real simple, easy-to-use interface that is very feature-rich and they find very interesting.
There's a lot of talk about cost savings as a huge benefit of moving to the cloud. What about the agility aspect and, the saying time is money?
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the best parts about what is happening, this revolution we're seeing in the industry right now, is it applies to both levers. It applies to both the cost saving, because not only is there a cost saving of going from physical to virtual, but now because we, I think, uniquely offer it as a truly consumption-based offering, there's even further cost savings from that. So there is definitely a benefit from an equivalent reduction of the physical environment to virtual and then virtual to consumption-based. Very dramatic savings. But the new feature functionality that comes along with it as well is equally compelling. So they can do new things much more quickly, much more efficiently than they could do in physical environments. For example, we can spin up cloud servers in a matter of minutes that would have taken us in the industry 6 to 8 weeks to do in the past in a physical environment. But not only that, we offer them just at the click of a button, right click, they can add DR services to their cloud environment. Things that would have taken them a very complex solution in the past that can now be done very easily. Or we offer them to build out their environments, and then once they become configured ideally, they can clone those. So ISVs and SaaS providers can spin up new environments for new customers immediately. And so it's not only the cost saving, but it's also the way they can really transform their IT organizations to be a much better business enabler for their corporations.
And we're certainly seeing a lot of innovation come out of NaviSite. What would you say are your key offerings? What are you really promoting right now?
Well, certainly the innovation that we've delivered with what we call our App Center, that's our cloud management portal, the cloud interface, the application layer that sits above VMware and the Cisco environments. That is very innovative. It's IP that we've developed over the last 18 months, and customers that see it find it very compelling. So that is direct innovation that we have brought to the market. I would say on top of that, our strategy is really to lead with that innovative cloud offering because of all the attention with cloud. That creates a lot of awareness for us as a company. But that also then works as an ability for us to pull through our traditional services, both our enterprise hosting and our application management portfolios. So we're really seeing that effect of our adoption of our standalone enterprise cloud offering, the infrastructure as a service type of capability, but also a significant pull-through for our traditional lines of business, our enterprise hosting and application management. And certainly we feel great about the results that we've been able to deliver. So.
And finally, the next Cloud Expo is about 6 or 7 months off in June of 2011. Where do you think we will have moved by then? What sort of progress, in terms of adoption in particular, do you forecast?
Well, I think adoption is going to be rapid. We're a public company, and I believe in our next earnings, we'll actually be reporting for the first time our cloud, both new cloud customers as well as our cloud pipeline, as well as the conversion to revenue. So if you notice, these are figures that a lot of companies haven't revealed yet or are just starting to share. And so that is, I think, a reflection of the actual consumption of these cloud-based services by companies and the confidence we have in the ability that will become much more and more a significant part of our overall business.
Okay, well, thanks, Brooks. Nice speaking with you.
Aaron, nice to meet you
Appreciate
as
it.
well.